Good afternoon, welcome. Just starting with agenda item 1, appointment of chairperson. If I could have a proposer for chairperson, please.
Yes, thank you, Tammy. I'd like to propose the Leader of the Council, Councillor Hunt, for chair.
Thank you, and a seconder, please. Councillor Noyle, are you there?
I am here, Tammy. Thanks. Happy to second that.
That's great, thank you. I'll hand over to Councillor Hunt now, Leader and chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Pnawn da and croeso. Good afternoon and welcome to this hybrid meeting of Cabinet Policy and Resources Subcommittee on the 25th of July 2023. I am Councillor Steve Hunt, Leader of Neath Talbot County Borough Council. I'd like to welcome 2 members of the public viewing this meeting and ask them to please ensure your microphones are switched off. You are here to observe the meeting only. A few other points I'd like to cover before we move on to the next agenda item. Mainly, this meeting will be recorded. Please can you ensure that your phones are switched to silent for the duration of the meeting? And can members and officers participating virtually ensure their microphones are switched to mute unless speaking? For those who are present in the chamber, please use the microphones when speaking. When asked to raise your hand, can members who are virtually viewing this meeting raise your electronic hands, and members here in the chamber, please raise your physical hand. Agenda item 3 are declarations of interest. Can I ask if members have any declarations of interest and what item they are and what interest it is, please?
I see no indications, Chair.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 4, the minutes from the meeting held on the 18th of April 2023. These are included on the agenda for approval. They're on pages 3 to 4. Can I ask members if they have any comments to make on the accuracy of the minutes, please? I see no member have any comments. So please, can I have a proposal and a second to approve the minutes?
Well, please to propose, Chair.
Thank you, Alan. Simon?
Happy to second that.
Yeah?
Happy to second that, yeah.
Thank you, Simon. Are we all in favour?
Yeah, I can confirm those minutes have been approved for accuracy, Chair.
Agenda item 5 is the forward work programme. Tammy, do you have anything further to add on this item, please?
No, nothing to add on this. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 6 is the public question times. I have received no public questions for today's meeting. So I'll move on to agenda item 7, which is the Registry Office Celebrant Service. The report is on pages 7 to 24 and is here for a decision. So can I ask Craig if he has anything further to add on this report, please?
Thank you, Leader. Just to pick up a point that was raised in the previous scrutiny committee under the integrated impact assessment. Obviously, we've identified that there are no impacts to any of the particular aspects which we require members ultimately to take into account. So when you look at the box where the information is ultimately to be ticked, it should in reality be neutral as opposed to any sort of positive or negative element associated with it. So just to make sure that's on the record as part of your decision making, but happy to answer any questions you may have on the proposal.
Thank you, Craig. I noticed Councillor Noyle had his hand up. I don't know if it was in members' questions or I missed it prior to me asking Craig for the information. So I'll go to you, Simon, please.
Yeah, it was for this item. It was, Chair. Thank you.
There we are. You jumped the gun there then. Members, do you have any questions? Over to you, Simon.
Thanks, Steve. Just preempting then I was. No, just to say, I know that a few members in the scrutiny committee welcome the report and everything that this department does for us. I met with Craig and the team and Sharon and the team over at, in Neath a couple of weeks ago, and they do some excellent work over there. There's some good plans for the future, and I welcome the report and all that they are doing in terms of income generation and the like over there. Thank you very much, Steve.
No, thanks, Simon. I think we all concur with that sentiment. We certainly know how hard our members work, our officers work. So thank you for that, Simon. I now refer members to the recommendations on page 11 of your agenda pack. I'm happy to propose this agenda item. Can I have a seconder, please?
I'll hear you. Please to second.
Thank you, Alan. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendations, and Tammy will confirm the outcome whether it's been approved. Tammy, please.
Yes, that report has been approved, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 8 is the Neath Talbot Welsh Church Act Trust Fund annual report, which is on pages, which is 2022-2023. The report is on pages 25 to 42 and is also here for a decision. So can I go back to Craig to see if he has anything further to add, please?
Nothing substantive, Leader, just to obviously pick up the points which I mentioned again in the Scrutiny Committee relating to the information on page 31 of your papers. It's the rectorial benefits of Aberafan, St Mary's Church, and the item related to maintaining the fabric of the building, and then Sardish Baptist Church is in Resolven. So again, just for completeness sake, and that's on the record for you.
Thank you, Craig. Given what Craig has said, do members have any questions to ask? I don't see any. I now refer members to the recommendations on page 26 of your agenda pack. I'm happy once more to propose this agenda item. Can I have a seconder, please?
Balcheilo, please to second.
Thank you, Alan. Members do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand. I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendations, and Tammy will once more confirm the outcome whether it's been approved, please.
Yes, Chair, no indications to the contrary, so that item has been approved.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 9 is the Community Council's minor project scheme, which is for Crinan Community Council. The report is on pages 43 to 46 and is here for a decision. So I'll hand over to Craig once more to see if he has anything further to add.
Nothing substantive again to add, Reader. Just obviously you can see the recommendation in paragraph 12 of those reports where we're asking members' approval to grant 60% of the actual costs up to a maximum of £12,000 to Crinan Community Council for the work that they've put their application in for. It's been assessed against the usual council criteria, so it's before you today for recommendation to approve.
Thank you for that, Craig. With the information Craig has supplied, do members have any questions? I see none. I now refer members to the recommendation on page 46 of your agenda pack. I will propose this agenda item. Could I have a seconder, please?
Balcheilo, please to second.
Thank you, Alan. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendations. And Tammy will once more confirm whether it's been approved, please.
That's been approved, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 10 is the Community Council's minor project scheme, Dyffryn Clydach Community Council. This report is on page 47 to 50 and is here for a decision. I'll hand over to Craig once more to see if he has anything further to add.
Again, Leader, just for your information, it's been assessed against our usual criteria by the Chief Finance Officer before you today that you could give a grant of 50% of the actual cost of up to a maximum of £10,000 to Dyffryn Clydach Community Council.
Thank you, Craig. Members, do you have any questions, please? No, I now refer members to the recommendation on page 50 of your agenda pack. I will once more propose this agenda item. Can I have a seconder, please?
Balcheilo, please to second.
Thank you, Alan. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendations. Tammy, will you please confirm the outcome, whether it's been approved?
Yes, Leader, no indications to the contrary, so that report has been approved.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 11 is the miscellaneous grant fund applications. This report is on page 51 to 55 and is here for a decision. Do officers have anything further to add?
Nothing substantive again, Leader. Obviously, it's been assessed against our usual criteria and processes. Similar report normally comes through members on a regular basis, but the schedule of grant applications are in Appendix 1 and officers are happy to recommend approval of those for you.
Thank you, Craig. Members, any questions? I see none. I now refer members to the recommendation on page 53 of your agenda pack. I will propose this agenda item. Could I have a seconder, please?
Balcheilo, please to second.
Thank you, Alan. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendations. And Tammy, please, can you confirm once more whether this has been approved?
Yes, Chair, that's been approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Agenda item 12 is the update of the ongoing work to support the armed forces community in Neath, Talbot. The update report is on pages 57 to 66 and is here for information. I'll hand over to Karen to see if she has anything further to add. Karen, please.
Nothing to add. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Karen. Members, any questions on this item? Alan, please.
Yes, it's not a question, Chair, but it's just to thank Karen and Bethan for the report and to, I think as was said in scrutiny as well, to express appreciation of the work of the team in support of the aims of the Covenant and of the armed, currently serving and veteran members of the armed forces within Neath, Talbot and the surrounding area.
Thank you, Alan. I'm sure we all concur with that, and please keep up the good work and take that back to others that are involved in this very important part of what this authority does. So thank you, Alan. I see no further questions. And as I said, this item is here for information only, so we'll note the update. Agenda item 13 is urgent items. I have received no urgent items this afternoon, and that will bring me swiftly on to the end of the meeting. I have no further items for today's meeting. I thank you all for your attendance, and look, I'll bid you a good day and enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evenings. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, officers.